Group first round super highlight. Japan is about to play against the Netherlands. This group brings together the Netherlands, Japan, Sweden, Tunisian limb bones. IT is the recognized group of death in this World Cup. This first battle, IT is not just a traditional head-on collision with Asian technology. The result is even more direct. The qualifying pattern of the entire team. Let's focus on this game today. Suspense for everyone to understand. So let's start with this. First, remind friends who don't know much about grouping. This year is the first time the World Cup has expanded to 48 teams. The rule is the top 2 in the group. The third highest achieving team can appear. IT stands to reason that the fault tolerance rate is much higher, but there are nitrogen monoxide soft persimmons at all in Group F. Swedish body against Tunisia's defense is tough. It's not easy for anyone to get points easily. So the Netherlands and Japan, these two have a hot first round meeting. No one really can afford to lose. Let's talk about the fundamentals of the two teams first. The history of the Netherlands is overwhelming. So far against Japan, maintain an unbeaten record of 2 wins in recent years. That's for all to see. The strength gap between the two sides has shrunk very small. From a recent perspective, undefeated World Cups on both sides. The Dutch European preliminaries won 6 wins and 2 draws. Only conceded 4 in 8 games. Attack and defense are particularly stable. The Pomelan's forward firepower is stable enough, not to mention the backline LE by Van Dijk. Just guard timber. I didn't make the big list because of my old nitrogen monoxide impact on the main framework. Not to mention Japan, already recognized as the #1 dark horse in this World Cup. ASIA World Cup preliminaries, all the way to advance. Just won England 1-0 at Wembley in March this year. Last October, he also overturned the Brazilian company 3-2. Continue to fall from the world's giants. Hard power is beyond question. The only bad news, IT was a series of losses to the 2 cores before the game. Main force Pete Niyamazun hamstring injury. Midfield core captain Hiro Endo also quit the team because of a foot injury. The defensive hardness and playmaking ability of the midfield really discounted. Fortunately, there are 23 people in the Japanese team. All tourist players. The lineup thickness is enough. Overall standing was not fatally affected. Here we go. It's the tactical game that everyone cares about the most. Playing on both sides. It can be said that IT is just the tip of the stick. The Dutch coach is Coleman in the second attack. On the basis of traditional full-time athletes. Lots of pragmatic modern ideas added. Main 433 formation. When attacking, IT can be flexibly turned into 3-sided defender. Sharply presses up the pool. Midfielder Dayrom is responsible for controlling the rhythm pass to threaten the ball. The best thing is side impact and high-altitude cross. Threat by height advantage. But the Netherlands' shortcomings are also particularly obvious. High defense turns slowly. Especially afraid of the opponent's high-speed counterattack. And the European media complain. The Dutch offense is a bit monotonous. IT often fails to meet dense defense. Japan, Mori's tactics. We've all seen IT at the World Cup. The main discipline, 4-2-3-1. Tactics, Akira Itakura takes over as captain. The burden of midfield defense. IT fell on these players like Tanakabai. At the breakfast in the Netherlands, Van der Vaart specifically reminded the never underestimate your enemy. Japanese cooperation and tactical execution. It's a lot more powerful than many people realize. Let's talk about the result of this game. How critical is the impact that emerges? If the Netherlands win, they get a good start. Directly accumulate 3 points. Sit down and place a name. Basically hold the initiative to qualify. The last 2 rounds can even rotate the lineup. Fluent knockout kick. Japan will be directly passive. Facing Sweden and Tunisia in the back, they must grab points with all their might. IF, Japan defeats the Netherlands. Be careful, the boat may capsize. IF, the 2 teams draw. Each gets 1 point. The points of the entire group fell directly into anxiety. There is suspense until the last round. Every battle is a life and death battle. Finally, I will draw a few key points for you. Just watch the ball and stare at these. Japan left Japan. Cantona determines whether the Dutch attack can be successful or not. The second is the hedge between the wind and the line of Japan's air defense. But the Japanese Kubo sword, Yidong Junye, is a type that breaks through 0 quick. Right against the Dutch defender. Turn around slowly and fight back. This round of attack and defense will be particularly interesting. And the third is the emergent variable. Japan has lost its 2 cores. Who can stand up and bear the burden of offense and points that can determine the situation of the war? Now, the wind direction before the game is also quite interesting. Japanese domestic media are relatively conservative. If you think you can get a draw, you will win. Fans are polarized. Optimists think counterattacks can create surprises. Pessimists worry that the midfield is not hard. ENOUG can't stand the Netherlands. On the Dutch side, Van Dijk himself sighed publicly. This is a particularly difficult test. Don't underestimate the enemy at all. In general, this ball is a collision of power and skill. One side wants to take off the uncrowned king hat. A legion of men headed for the champion. One side is to prove Asian football, enough to contend with the #1 dark horse of the European giants. The Netherlands has a good. Everyone is more optimistic about which side wins. You are also welcome to leave your predictions in the comments section.